Timberwolf started an interesting OpenTTD series the other day, starting in 1815 with horse-drawn vehicles, and I thought it would be fun to play along and kind of compare notes. So I've got the same, all the same new GRFs, but a different map. So it's not exactly the same. I can't just steal all of his strategies, although I am going to pick up on the first main strategy, which is to transport engineering supplies. In 1815, nothing goes very fast, nothing carries very much. So carrying a bulk cargo like, what's this down here, probably lumber, one of these less valuable cargoes wouldn't make as much money, but something like engineering supplies, we can make a fair profit, even just transporting the small amounts that'll fit into a horse cart. So I've been very lucky on my map generation here. I've got a wharf which produces 96 crates of engineering supplies, and then I've got my choice of industries, which all, not that one, but 3 different industries that accept engineering supplies within range of a little horse cart tramway thing. So I'm starting to think about, if I bring engineering supplies to, that's too short. I don't want to go to the iron mine. It wouldn't make much money just going between there. But if we're going to the potash, that mine, or the soda ash mine, either one of those is going to net us a good profit. My question is, where can I take what those produce along to the next stage? I did a little bit of looking before I started recording, and we have our choice there again. We've got a glassworks, which takes sand and soda ash from the soda ash mine here. That's not too far. And then we've also got a bulk terminal, which takes, I'm going to just call it potash, and if it's wrong, the 2 people watching this can correct me in the comments. So let's start out with a plateway line between Garsdale Wharf and Garsdale Soda Ash Mine. Now I'm going to start with the double track line because these early vehicles carry so little. I think we're going to need a consistent stream of them. That's at least what I saw on Timberwolf's playthrough. So I'm going to go along with that kind of plan. The one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to name all my horses, because that looks like far too much work. Let's use a freight station. I think platform length of 2 should be fine. And we'll start with 2 tracks. So I'm going to have to figure out how to kind of wend it around these buildings here. I might need a short stretch of single track, at least until I can afford some terraforming. I'm just going to make a little station here. And put some signals in. Use these path signals. And kind of wend it along the coast here. Let me make my my destination station before I forget. I'll do a 1-track station here. And I want to go for the shortest route. So if I were to go kind of like this and then down like that, that's going to be, you know, maybe follow the grid lines better. But the shortest route is actually going to be a 45-degree route. So I think right here, going to be my shortest route. With these slow vehicles, they don't cost much, so I can put a lot of them on the route, but they are going to, you know, you're going to need more of them if you have a longer route. So it is in my best interest to kind of minimize this distance here. And I think I'm going to actually double track this section, because I expect this to get busy. We're going to go with a signal spacing of 5 because that's what I feel like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 between each signal. I kind of like that because it gives me room to, if I want to add a bridge over a double track main line. That's going to be 4 tiles, sort of like so this, and then a signal every 5 tiles. So I'm not going for the full like OpenTTD co-op kind of train density here. We'll put a depot in right here and build some trains. So it's flat. We shouldn't need too much power. I want to, oh my goodness, this is so much more expensive than horses. But why would I want a puffing Billy instead of horses? It costs about a little less than 10 times as much. It goes 2 miles an hour faster. It has 1.5 times the horsepower. Yeah, we're going to stick with horses. Let's see what I am just absolutely stealing a Timberwolf strategy here. Now, do I want to carry anything back? I've got soda ash and salt. Do I want to bring anything back with me? Yes, because if I can bring salt, if I can bring engineering supplies here, refit to salt, I can bring the salt back to the core alkali plant, chemical plant, and unload salt and sort of make a reverse profit. So let's put a little station in here. Maybe a salt dumper. Where we can bring stuff back. I hope refit at stations is a thing. I probably should check. Engineering supplies can go in flat wagons or covered wagons. What about salt? Open wagons. Okay. Open wagon. Well, there goes that plan. No more being fancy. I think 2 tiles is good. We'll have it full load here, and unload and leave empty here. Now, what I'm doing, if you haven't seen this trick, if you control click on a station, it automatically makes it full load any cargo, which is a neat trick to save a little bit of time. Now I'm also control clicking to clone and share orders. Let's start with 6. See how that goes. I'll pay back my loan while I'm at it, so I don't have to pay that the loan payments while I wait. Now the graphics pack I'm using here is the original TTD graphics. You can get it from the disk if you're lucky enough to have an old disk. Otherwise, it's basically impossible to find a disk you can purchase. So it's also available on abandonware sites. I, of course, got it the legitimate way from having a disk that came out when I was just a few years old. This is going to take a little bit of time to load up and get going. I'm kind of curious, what are these engineering supplies? It looks like almost a tractor sitting on the flat car, or a little steam engine. Look, maybe it's a stationary steam engine. That's pretty neat. Almost $9,000 a delivery. By the time this one gets there, the next one is half loaded. Okay, I may. Oh no, there's another one behind here. and another one there. So maybe I've bought about the right number of horses. We'll see though. I think I might like to set up the, I've got plenty of capacity on this line. I might like to set up the salt line now, just going to between the soda ash mine to the chlor-alkali plant. Let's add another platform. We'll stick with the freight station. I really like this little freight station design. Put some signals in. Now what I want to do is I want to make an overflow a depot. So if, for example, we had a train, what I'm trying to avoid is having two trains trying to sit here loading salt and blocking both station platforms so that an engineering supply train can't get in. It doesn't matter so much with this because it's going to produce salt anyway, but this is especially useful at an industry like a vanilla factory or something where it doesn't produce anything unless it gets an input. So if you've got a factory where all the unloading tracks are blocked with trains trying to load, it'll never get steel, for example, but because the trains can't get in, and those trains will never leave because they're waiting for steel to arrive to make goods. So what I'm going to do here is when I make my salt train, I'm going to tell it to go to the depot first. Now there are ways you can also do this with waypoints, and you can have depots that are overflows with fancy signaling and things, but we're just going to stick with the depot for now. It's not too big of a deal. And I feel like this mineral unloader is a little bit much for unloading salt in 1815. They're probably going to be in sacks or something. So we'll stick with just maybe a low goods station. This goods station, sure. We'll just stick this here. And I think I can get away with the flat junction for now. Traffic isn't quite high enough. To have to worry about building a flyover or anything. And we'll unload there. Now you're making 1,200 tons of salt because it's gung-ho. And you're making 108 crates. Okay, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with this demand, but we can transport some. I don't think salt is that profitable. So if I go to my, nope, that's not in here. Payment rates, turn these all off. Salt. Yeah, compare that to engineering supplies. Salt is not going to make us much money at all. eventually we can make up for that in volume just by moving a tremendous amount of salt. But that's probably not going to be possible with horse-drawn vehicles at this stage. It looks like I've got a little traffic jam here with trains waiting to go through that single track section. I'm going to double track this section just to give another bit more space for trains to get in there. I'm really excited to play an early map like this. Oh, brake wagon. I forgot a brake wagon. I can just be unsafe. There's no hills. You can just stop the horses. No, I'm excited to play an early map. I've always kind of been fascinated by early railways and early British railways with the horse-drawn lines and the not primitive infrastructure, but things like the rocket and the first Liverpool and Darlington, Liverpool. I'm sorry, I'm a silly American. I don't know my British train history as much as I should. But the early, really early lines, I'm interested. I'm really looking forward to playing through that in this game. I'm going to put another signal here. I've got waiting room there. And it looks like I'm starting to get some traffic building up here. So let's add a little exit line. To rid of that. Put a signal in here. This is just control click on the signal to upgrade it. Well, as I expected, there is a stupid amount of salt waiting at the soda ash mine. I can't even hope to keep up with trains, but I think I can afford a few more of these salt trains. Or a couple more, as it were. Making sure these are the right type of signal. I really like these signals, even though I'm using them on the wrong side of the track, driving my trains on the wrong side of the line. Might be interesting, if Timberwolf is up for it, to maybe simulate those early signaling methods where it's just a police officer standing beside the track, waving trains on before they even had block signaling or signal boxes. It might be an interesting signal someday. I should probably pay attention, see how much money these salt trains even make. Not a whole lot, but some. think while I wait, I should build a headquarters. It's sort of a classic OpenTTD thing to do. That little road around it. No, I generally prefer the original TTD graphics. I think the buildings have so much character on it. I love the trees, but I will say the faces in OpenGFX are a lot less scary. Some of these people look, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily go into a boardroom with them alone or otherwise. They might just eat me if I were to suggest some business decision they didn't like. Oh my. That is quite the suit. Were suits like this in the 1990s? Let's give him a name. M. Parker. Actually, no, M. Parker works for that. M. Parker is a good name. But let's name our company. It'll be Garsdale. We're so far doing just mining. Let's do Garsdale Mining Company. Now I wonder, I seem to be making a lot money. I'm making money a lot faster than in Timberwolf's game. I wonder if he has infrastructure maintenance turned on. Let's turn mine on, see what happens. I don't usually play with this on. But I believe it's going to cost me a pretty penny every year. And why are these in dollars? They don't use dollars in the UK. And these are clearly British horses. You can hear in the accent, in the way they whinny. This looks like as good a place to stop as any. I tend to like shorter playthroughs, 20, 25 minutes or so. So, well, certainly interesting for my first Let's Play video. I've done plenty of video work, but I'm normally on camera talking about some train history fact and not playing a game. So we'll see if I make another one, but if not, thanks for watching.